What is up, guys? I'm so freaking pumped. I've got 2 new Dialed ARXOS sights that we are gonna start with. So I have my sight battle going on. I've got literally every sight that I could get my hands on. It might not be every single sight out there, but as many sights that I can get my hands on. I spent $4,000+ on sights. And we're gonna start with the Dial. I'm giving away 2 bows of your choice. You want a Hoyt, you want a Matthews, you want both, you want 2 of each, whatever it is, I'm giving them to you. Easy and simple as purchasing a flag on my website. But all proceeds are going to purchasing you a couple bows, but also giving back to our veterans. I'm donating $5,000 to Wishes for Warriors to help our veterans get the opportunity to get out once they've left war and they are transitioning into back to normal life, giving them the opportunity to get in the outdoors, go hunting, archery hunting, and everything. So that being said, guys, go to haxenhunt.com, purchase a flag. There are only 44 left, like literally only 44. There's only 300 entries total. So go to haxenhunt.com, buy a flag. Really appreciate the support, guys. Let's get back to our veterans, and I'm so stoked to donate the $5,000 to our vets to give them a chance in the outdoors. So really appreciate it, guys. Let's get back to it. What we're gonna do today, we're gonna set up the dovetail one. So I actually have to set up my RX-7 Ultra for tack literally tomorrow, and I don't even have a sight on it. So reason for that is I actually had one of the very first dialed sights, and they have a early supporters program where you send in your sight, they update anything that they've made changes to, and they ship it right back to you. So this is actually my old sight. So super pumped about that. Thank you, Dialed, for repackaging it. Super stoked. So this is actually how it comes. Brand new. It's basically brand new. They updated a couple screws and stuff. We've got the Dialed ARXOS Future Overview. It goes over the dialed brake, void dial, angled elevation system, micro windage knob, dovetail bracket, dialed mag, AES tension system, switch tape yardage ring, multi-indicator bracket, macro windage tube, micro windage lock, macro windage adjustment, and second axis adjustment, top level, optic slide, mag swap adjustment, third axis adjustment, primary yardage indicator. So this will go over everything that you need to know about the ARXOS. Boom, right here up top, you've got the pre-made dialed sight tapes. That being said, you don't have to use these sight tapes. They actually make a system completely custom to yours up to like 150 yards or however, literally, I mean, and colors specific to you. That tape system, I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called, but it's on the website. Anyway, so there's your sight tapes. We have, this is an old ring. That's my old, yeah, don't worry about that. So you have your switch tapes. So it comes with multiple rings that say this is set up to a 500 grain arrow. This is set up to a 400 grain arrow for your tack, for hunting, elk, deer, whatever. You literally can just swap these on and off, and it is already sighted in. You don't have to worry about it, and you can have different sight tapes. All right, let's pull the sucker out. Ooh, I missed you. I haven't had you for like a week. Okay, so here she is. They put on a new sight tape marker to figure out which sight tape that I need. Okay, let's test this sucker out. Boom, locked in place. There is the dovetail Dialed ARXOS. This thing is super, super sleek. We are set up with the 10,000ths, however the heck you say that, pins on this sight. So I prefer small pins. The 19s are really good. It's just a little bit too big for me when I'm reaching out at those further distances, 100 yards, 110 yards, 150 yards, whatever it is. But that being said, I do have a 19,000ths on the Picatinny Rail one. So we'll be able to mess with that a little bit. Well, that is everything in the box right there. There's typically, when you get the dovetail, there's typically a dovetail. Sorry, didn't mean to bump the mic. there's typically a dovetail mount in the box. So don't forget, that is in there. I just already had it. So we are going to, I gotta take off my quiver mount real quick so I can put on that mount for the ARXOS. All right, so here is the dovetail. This, okay, don't judge me, do not judge me. It is beat up. I beat the crap out of my equipment when I'm hunting. This setup has actually killed, this bow has actually killed a deer, an elk, and a buffalo this year. And all of them were winter hunts. All of them were really tough hunts. And anyway, everything got beat up. So here is the dovetail. I don't know if you can hear the baby in the background, but she is back there and she will let you know. All right, so we are mounting the dovetail bracket here onto the riser of my RX-7 Ultra. 2 screws, super duper 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 simple. Now, this can you see this? Right here. Boom, right there, locked and loaded. And there is a little set screw to make that not move anywhere. We are gonna lock this into the center position with the lock screw, and then it is just sitting on the top section of that mounting bracket right here. So set that set screw nice and tight. This thing is not going literally anywhere. Okay, I have to address this because I know a lot of you are gonna be talking smack about it. The Dialed Sight moves. I sent in my prototype. The first support system, it was a different system that was used previous on like the first batch, I guess. That being said, yes, it did move. My prototype one, oh man, you should have seen that. I could like, yeah, we want to go over that. But I am gonna address a system that has been updated. So that being said, if you have one of the first ones, okay, I don't know if you know, I'm just going on rant. I don't know if you know of the Vortex optics system, basically, type of stuff where you can send in your binos right here because you drop them off the mountain. Shit, just broke them. No. You can send those in, they'll fix it, replace it, whatever. Dialed, it's literally the exact same. There's gotta be paperwork in here somewhere, but let's see. It might be in here. Anyway, you can ship it in and they are going to fix it. Anything that is wrong with your ARXOS or something that's been updated, they're gonna fix it and send it to you. So, that being said, this is not moving. I'm gonna break it before I move it, but it's not gonna break either. So, that wasn't even the locked position. So, this is not locked. So if I'm hitting it, yeah, it's gonna go down. So now let's scroll it up. I don't know if I'm, and then now it's locked, not moving anywhere, okay? So unlocked, locked, not moving. I mean, I'm pushing on that pretty hard. So locked, it's stuck. So basically here is your pin lock system. You push this button, so that is unlocked. You can scroll it, and then this is locked. So you just push that down and it is locked, not going anywhere. So that was something that has been resolved. So if you do have a site that does that, email them, DM them on Instagram, whatever it takes, they will get you taken care of and update that for you. Nice thing with the Dialed ARXOS is all of the screws that hold it together, like 90% of them, the ones that you don't ever have to touch due to it's just being put together versus like adjustment screws and stuff, all of the stuff that just puts it together, all the screws are hidden internally, so you're not really confused on how to adjust something. So all the screws, 90% of the screws that you can see, so we got 1, 2, 3, 3, like Most of them are just for the adjustments, so they have to be exposed for you. So that is something that they intentionally thought about to just make it sleek, clean, it looks crisp, and you're not having to like, oh, what screw does what? I don't know, because I run into that issue. This is an Excel landslide. Great sight, don't get me wrong. However, there are a bajillion, gazillion, 42 million screws and bolts, and they all move something. So that's the nice thing with how sleek and clean this is. It is solid. You also have your sunshade. Not only does it shade your pins or brighten them up, it brightens and shades your bubble, your top bubble. Look at this. Okay, I don't know how bright it is with this light. So this top slide is adjusting your bubble and having that top bubble. Okay, 95% of sites have a bottom bubble. Why? Why do you put the bubble at the bottom? Have any of you tried to hit a target? Okay, say your last pin maxes out 100 yards and you're out with buddies and just having a good time, just shooting, right? And you want to shoot that 110 yard mark, so they're like, okay, use your bubble, aim below. That's, what? No hate on this at all. But look, okay, look at how big of a green blob is sitting there at the bottom of that sight. It blocks half your sight picture. So what if you put it on the top? You're not ever aiming at the top. You have your floater pin at the bottom. Okay, no hate on the Ultra Boost sight. I love that. I need to try it out. I do love having the top bubble on the ARXOS. That being said, I need to chill pill and like not drink so much caffeine is what I need to do. So, I mean, as easy as that, it is set up. I don't have a bow vise right now, which is a little bit unfortunate. So the way that I'm gonna check my third axis is hang string from the ceiling and then come down at an angle and basically just follow that, and if my bubble is straight, that kind of stuff. So this is my tack setup, so I have to be dialed as far as pun intended. As far as angled shots, so your third axis has to be money, because one time I went to tack and I didn't do my third axis, and it was really embarrassing. I was sitting there shooting with John Dudley, and he challenged me to a 90-yard downhill shot on a ram, and it hit like 15 yards to the left of the freaking end. It was embarrassing. He filmed it and then he deleted it and said he wouldn't post it because he felt bad for me. So, true story actually. So here is your dialed sight tape kit. The one thing that I struggle with is their Ziploc bags are very well sized. So it takes me a second to get these out. Boom. Okay. So you have a cool dialed archery sticker, and it's actually like a very high quality like vinyl. And then you have an option. So right here is your sight tape to sight in, right? And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blank tapes that you can write, mark, whatever the heck you want, if that's something that you're interested in. That being said, here are all of their sight tapes. So if you shoot a very fast bow, gosh, those are very fast. So that is sheet number 1. That's probably like a 500 feet a second bow. And then here's all of your big slow ones. So the nice thing with the custom dialed system that's on their website is, see all these pretty colors? You got orange, green, blue, yellow, white. You can change it. I'll put in like a screenshot or something, a video right here. Right here. Let's put it right here. This is how the switch tape system, or the custom dialed sight tape, right now I can't think of it, but this is how it works. Basically, you can adjust and put in input. So if your 20 is on, where's my thing? So say your 20 is on mark number 5, then your 30's on mark number 15, and then Number 20 is your 40, blah, 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 so on, so on, so forth. So you can do that. It has marks up to like 98. That'll customize your sight from 20 to 40, make it red, white, and blue, make it all green, make it all white, make it pink, yellow, orange, whatever the heck you want. I don't care. Make it look like candy, because candy camo is the coolest. Shout out to Candy Camo right here. Buy that shirt. It says Bowhunter in a candy can. Anyway, that's how you pick your sight tape. So we are actually gonna take these. I'm gonna use this because I don't have time right now to print something off and have it custom. So it's, sorry, I just keep hitting the mic. So we are going to triple check sight in the bow. I am going to adjust where this hits. So let's unlock that. Those numbers are not significant to like yardages. So don't hook it on and be like, oh, it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 yards. No, that is incorrect. They are just increment numbers to know what sight tape. Here's a good depiction of it. So right here, you have all your numbers, match it up with the correct sight tape, and that is how you're gonna know. Does that make sense? Okay. We're gonna go out to the range. Hopefully you enjoy this ASMR system here that I have going on. We're gonna go out to the range, shoot this dialed sight, and super pumped to get dialed again. Because yeah, let's get out to the range. Let's stop talking, let's shut up, and let's just run out there. All right guys, so we've got the sight on. I did adjust, sorry, I forgot to film it. I slid down the entire sight housing down this. This is gonna be a Hail Mary right here. Fully guessed, we're just at 20 yards. We're gonna see what and where it is hitting really quick. Okay, we are hitting decent elevation actually, but we are hitting left, so that means move your sight left. So you always chase your arrow. If you are shooting high, move your sight high. If you're shooting low, move your sight low. Left, right, left, 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 right type of shiz, okay? Got it. So, easy, easy, easy. We are 6 inches to the left, so we are actually gonna use the micro dial right here, and we are gonna go to the left. And so basically it just clicks, right? I didn't have it locked in. There's a set screw in here to lock it, but I didn't have that locked. You don't really need to, honestly. So we're gonna slide that out roughly there and see where that puts us for the second arrow at 20 yards. Bullseye. So I got really lucky with the elevation. I just guessed. Shooting a lot of bows all the time. I can basically look at it and be like, yeah, that looks like a good, decent 20 yard. So, I might go, we're gonna shoot another one, just verify, get a verification arrow. Perfect, okay. So, the things that I'm noticing right off the bat, like I mentioned, the top bubble. Bubble being up top just gives you such a more clear sight picture. But I mean, right now I am only using that top pin. As soon as you start messing with that bottom pin, like look how just open and clear the bottom of that housing is. You can see everything. So you can actually see your target without being blocked by a big giant green cylinder of oil. So that's good. Now we're gonna walk back to 30 and gonna see what number. Okay, if we look right here, my 20, so it's that painted line right there on the sight, is right there at the 0 mark. So we're gonna scroll that down, figure out what mark 30's at, shoot that, and then we'll go 40, 50, 60, 70, and we're gonna go all the way out to 100 and probably 10 and see what and where it is hitting. We'll find the right sight tape, throw it on with the correct ring, and call it good. So I'm gonna grab those arrows, we're gonna go back to 30, shoot that. So we are here now at 30 yards. I'm gonna dial it down. Let's go to, let's try number 5. Let's just try number 5 on the sight and tape. Here is 30 yards. Okay, I feel like I might have pulled that to the right a little bit. Elevation looks money. We are perfect elevation. So shoot it again and just verify. Well, that one was perfect. So we're actually just gonna take this. We're gonna go straight back to 40 because 5 was perfect on that. All right, so number 5 is 30 yards. We're gonna drop that and we're gonna go the exact same. We're just gonna go another 5. So we're gonna go line number 10 and shoot this at 40. See where this hits. Okay, so that one hit about 3 inches low. So we're gonna go to line 12. We're gonna try that. See where this hits. Okay, that one was a little bit high. So we're gonna meet right in the middle and go line number 11. Just like I said, perfect. So we're gonna go to 40 and 50 next. And after we dial those, honestly, I'll pull out the sight tape and pick a sight tape. And we're just gonna jump out to 100 yards and see how accurate Dialed's pre-made sight tapes are if I just sight in 20 through 60, 20 through 50, and jump out to that 100-yard mark and see how she shoots. Okay, so now we are at 50 yards. Let's guess on this one. So if from 30 to 40 went up 6 slots, I'm gonna go up, let's try 7 slots. So we're gonna go number 17 and hit this. Okay, that one I'm pretty sure looked perfect. So let's get a verification arrow real quick. Okay, money. So now, what is that, 50? Now let's go 60. Right here. Should be quick and easy. So 50 is line number 17. Now let's go up 8 slots. So that's gonna be 25, I think, something like that. Okay, so now we're at 60, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, so now we're at 60 and we are on line 25. Sure that tips tie. Pretty sure that was money. This has been super duper easy. I might be hitting a little bit right now. Yeah, I'm consistently going a little right, so I'm gonna adjust that micro windage real quick. Shoot this. Money. So let's go back to the target and let's choose the right sight tape. Okay, so we were hitting a little bit to the right consistently. Okay, so we're gonna find the correct sight tape. So I brought them out here with me. Pull them back out of here. And we are gonna use this. I forgot a pen to mark, so we'll have to remember what they are. So that being said, let's set that down. And 20 is gonna be at 0, 30 is gonna be at 5. So let's start there. Let me show you guys here. Okay, so here's my card that has the indicators on it, right? So 0, 5, so that's gotta be 20 to 30. So let's go to the fastest one here. Not quite. Go to sight tape 14. 20, 30, 40's let's try 15. We were right there. Okay, so 40. 40's right there at 11. 50 was 17. quite fast enough, I don't think. I think we are gonna be sight tape 14. So I know 60 was 25. So right there, 60 is at 25. So we're gonna be sight tape 14. Now that we've decided we are gonna be sight tape number 14, let's peel that off. And here is your switch tape ring. So you're gonna use this screw, the Allen screw, I like to have facing up. So basically I want my 20 like right here. So let's take off the sticker, show you guys here. And it comes with that bottom half as blank. That way you can write on it and mark further distances past 100 yards, because the pre-calibrated tapes only go out to 100. If you want custom tape, just go on their website and get that made from the custom tape builder. Boom, just like that, I now have a sight tape that should be working totally fine. We have to swap out the rings from the sight-in ring to now the sighted-in ring, correct? So how you do that is there is that Allen. However, you are going to want to pay attention to where your sight is set. All right, to show you guys this, I took my sight off the bow to make it easier. So right here, I have my indicator line marked at 20. So boom, lock that into place. That way it's not gonna move on me. Grab a 3/32 Allen, and you're gonna take this tape off. So right here, undo that, just kind of loosen it. That tape should now just slide right off. Here's my new tape. This tape is gonna slide, well, I gotta loosen it a little bit and it will slide right on. So loosen it just a little. And now that switch tape has slid on. So now my sight, remember I left it in the 20-yard mark. So if I turn my sight tape to 20 yards on the indicator line, right there should be money. And don't like over tighten the switch tape. It's just friction based as far as just pinching on there. So you don't need to crank on it and strip it out. So just be mindful of that. All right, so now the switch tape is set at 20 yards. We are set up. So now we have 20 through 100 sighted in, correct? So I only shot 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. I'm gonna walk back to 100 yards. We're gonna shoot, and we're gonna see how accurate I picked the sight tape. So we're gonna make sure that I picked it correctly, and by shooting it at 100 yards, that's gonna kind of magnify to make sure that I did it right. If I'm shooting high or low, that is what is gonna be the indicator to make sure that I picked the correct sight tape. All right, we are at my 100-yard mark, and we are gonna see how good I picked my sight tape. So unlock the sight, scroll down till it is on the 100. Okay, let me just show you. So I scrolled it down. Now my indicator mark is right there on 100 yards. Okay, so let's draw this thing back and shoot it. I hit foam, but I don't know exactly where it is. We're gonna run over there and check it out. All right, just walking up to the target real quick to show you guys. That worked perfect. Look at that elevation. That elevation is money. That was literally my first shot that I took at 100 with that new sight tape. Wow, look at that. So the Dialed ARXOS is as simple as just sighting in 20 to 60, matching that up, and now you are going to literally be dialed. There's a slight side breeze here, so maybe I could have been a little bit more to the right, but that's literally like 3 inches. So I am not gonna complain about that. That height is perfect. You can't complain about that height. All right, guys, that was a freaking epic time sighting in the Dialed ARXOS. Freaking pumped on how that turned out. I did forget to mention, so off camera, I shot it at 110, 120 yards. The reason being is the sight has 3 pins. You got a top pin, middle pin, bottom pin, and it just so happens to be perfect on my setup. So when my top pin is lower down to 100 yards, my center pin is 110 and the bottom pin is 120 yards. So that being said, yes, they are fixed pins, like you can't adjust which one's which. So there are indicator pins on the bow itself that show what yardage each pin are at. So right now with my top pin being at 20, it shows that my second pin, the middle pin, is gonna be at 37 and my third pin is at 55. So 20, 37, 55. So roughly 20, 40, 55-ish. So like I honestly would feel comfortable gap shooting from like 20 to 60 with that setup, which I think is perfect. You can adjust and change, play with arrow weights and stuff and get that like 20, 40, 60 exactly, 20, 30, 40, whatever it might be. So that is something that you can play with. The super epic thing is this angle of the ARXOS. Obviously, I guarantee that you've already noticed it, but when you scroll that down, it's actually bringing that sight closer to the riser, which is causing it, I don't know how physics really work. I don't know how chemistry, I don't understand the biology of it type of stuff. You know what I mean? But what it does by bringing it closer to the riser is it shortens up the pin gaps the further out you go. So this RX-7 with a regular one that goes straight up and down as far as scrolling goes, I can get to roughly a pin of like 110. With this ARXOS, I'm having 150, 40, I think 50 would be pushing it. 140 yard pin on having the pin. I'm not guessing, I'm not using the bubble at the bottom, even though the bubble's not at the bottom because it's way better, it's at the top. That is a very good upside to the Dialed ARXOS. And another upside is it is 100% made in the US of A. So super pumped on how the quality is being built here in the United States. And this thing is a brick. It is not going anywhere. The other super epic thing that I absolutely love, so when I go build strings for my bow or the bow online, I love customizing the bows. There's a few bow companies that do a really good job. Hoyt does a great job. Matthews probably does an even better job with customization, but then Dialed has made it the same. So you can change the dial, you can change your scope housing, you can change the entire sight housing color, and if you want a 1 pin, a 3 pin, vertical pin, possibly some other types of mags coming. I'm sure in the future you can decide to have your sight tape. I like mine running on the inside. You can have it running on the outside. Choose to have a light up top versus just the sunshade. You can get the dovetail or Picatinny rail. It's like completely endless, and their colors are epic and they match the bows. I have the sage green sight, which matches Hoyt's green perfectly. So it looks clean and it is very crisp. So I really enjoyed that you're able to fully customize it on the website. Go to the website, dialedarchery.com, and just mess around with the ARXOS. It is totally like the way that they've integrated to be able to customize the sights on their website is insane. You got 360 view, you can mess with it, play with it, whatever, and it's a lot of fun just to build it. I've spent, again, like I said, well over $4,000 to get these sights in my hands. That way you're not having to do the dirty work and buy them and test them and play with them and then waste your money. I'm wasting my money for you. So that being said, since I'm wasting my money for you, it helps a lot if you go to haxenhunt.com, buy some merch, some decals, some shirts, whatever it is, hats. I've got some new leather hats coming in that I'm so pumped to have. But yes, support on haxenhunt.com goes a long way. Also, just supporting the channel by liking and leaving a comment down below, as well as hitting subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. Really, really would appreciate it. And if you hit the notification bell, not only is it going to help me, it's also going to help you to know when I'm going to try out the sight you've been waiting for. A lot of people have been waiting for the Dialed ARXOS. A lot of people have been waiting for the dual track black gold. A lot of people have been waiting for Facet EXL by Spahog. A lot of people have been waiting for the Excel Archery Landslide. I bet you haven't really heard of this one. ARD adjustable red dot sight for a red dot? Like a legit red dot sight. So super pumped for that. I got Trophy Bridge, CBE, Tetra, HHA, whatever the heck it is, literally all of them. So hit that subscribe button, would really appreciate it. Turn on the notification bell because you're gonna want to not miss out on the Sight Battle Series. Super pumped. Anyway, catch you guys next time.